Excellent. Well, thank you all for joining us. I would like to welcome you to our first webinar in the series for East African Community Press representatives. The webinar is hosted by the Rwanda Development Board, and we're very excited to have you on the line. Some of our participants will be joining in throughout the session, which is fine, and we'll also be recording this session for future broadcast. So if you're listening to this at a later date, when we ask for the question and answer period, you can listen in. However, just be mindful that it's a recording. Great. So my name's Laura, and I will be guiding you through the webinar today. And we have some really exciting special guests joining us today. So I'd like to introduce everyone. My name is Laura L. You'll see there I am on the lower right-hand side. I'm very excited to be part of the team here. We're doing some promotional activities within the East African community, and this activity being one of them, this webinar, the first of its kind. With me, I have three colleagues, which are we're based at the Rwanda Development Board office at the moment. So I'm going to pass the microphone over to my colleague Claudine, and she will introduce you to the team there as well.
Hi, my name is Claudine Rubaguna, the East African Program Coordinator for the Marketing of Rwanda Tourism East Africa project. I'm with my colleagues from Rwanda.
Hi, I'm Kambogo Idefonse, the Tourism Warden from Nyungwe National Park, Rwanda.
Hello, my name is Prosper Uwingeri, and I'm the Chief Park Warden of the Volcanoes National Park.
Thank you, everyone. We're very honored to have these wardens from two of the very interesting national parks in Rwanda. You'll hear some great stories and information from them today. So here's an overview of what we'll be covering. We'll talk a little bit about some press opportunities in the coming months. Then we'll get right into our content today, which is some exciting information about primates. Of course, the famous mountain gorilla in Volcanoes National Park. And then we will move on to some other interesting primates that you may not know about. Then we'll open it up to some questions and share some information with you at the end. I'd like to also point out for our participants today on the webinar, on the lower right side of your screen, you'll see some blue bars. There's one place that says questions. So if you click on the small arrow button, and you can expand that box, and we welcome your questions during the session today. We'll take a pause after we speak about Volcanoes Park, some questions there, and then again, after Nwenge National Park, we'll open it up for some further questions. So please, throughout the session, feel free to use this opportunity to chat in the question box or the chat box. Excellent. So I wanted to bring some attention to, we really love working with the media, and we understand sometimes it's challenging to get great information to complete your stories and so on. And as such, we're here to help you. We have some upcoming events at the Rwandan embassies throughout East Africa, so you'll all be invited to attend the event that's in your area. We have some great social media campaigns coming up on Facebook and Twitter and so on. And we also have started a new media bulletin. You may have seen the first one this week, and you'll be having more coming in your inbox in the future. So again, we're here, to share relevant news as it happens to help all of you. And something we're very excited about as well is the Rwanda Tourism Board Rwanda Development Board website will be revamped and rebranded to make it more tourist friendly with lots of great information. So we'll be announcing that as soon as we have the dates, and you'll be first to know. Great. So let's move on to what you've all come to today. How well do you know your primates? So of course, the mountain gorillas are a great tourist attraction in Rwanda. Tourism is growing in Rwanda, and the fact of the matter is visitors are realizing that there's more than just the gorillas. There's amazing other primate species that we'll talk about today. And in addition to those wildlife attractions, there's also many cultural attractions and so on. So today we'll really focus in on some itinerary ideas and facts about primates to really help understand the destination a little bit more. Right, some quick facts to start with. Some of you may not know that there are actually 14 primate species in total in Rwanda, which is quite significant. This is a fifth of all the species in Africa. And we'll hear a little more about this soon, but there are really only 780 mountain gorilla species left in the entire world, with a third of those making their home in Rwanda. So it's very significant, and this is why it's a world-class attraction. And throughout the region, we invite visitors to come in and see the mountain gorillas and other species. So at this point, this is the first of our two feature parks today. Of course, there are other national parks and nature areas in Rwanda, but today we'd like to focus on two. And the first that will take you on a journey through is Volcanoes National Park. We're very fortunate to have the Chief Park Warden on the call. He introduced himself earlier. So now I'm going to pass the microphone over to Prosper, and he will tell you all about his park.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon. You are welcome in Rwanda. Welcome to the Volcanoes National Park, the home to the mountain gorillas. It is, as I said, well known for the mountain gorillas. Very amazing, very easily reachable from Kigali. Only 116 kilometers, 72 miles from the Kigali International Airport. When you see the Volcanoes Park, of course, you see the big mountains, but what you have to remind is that this is a cross-border protected area. So the volcanoes hills ranging in Rwanda, in Uganda, and in Congo. And whatever we have there, especially the mountain gorillas, we also recognize that they are cross-border. We have 18 families now, which are habituated, and we have over 280 mountain gorillas in those different families. And in Rwanda, we have two categories of the mountain gorillas habituated. The ones habituated for research, and those are dedicated to the tourism. Not only the mountain gorillas, we have golden monkeys, which is another species of primates. Have climbing mountains, Bisoke, and the Karisindi, Nature Walk, and the Diane Fosse Tom. So very, very interesting. And when you reach Musanze, you just see more than the mountain gorillas.
Great, thank you, Prosper. We do agree with you. It's one of the best tourist attractions and a must-see place for visitors. So let's go to the next slide here, and maybe you can tell us a little about why there are so few mountain gorillas and why it's such a great opportunity to visit them.
Well, thank you very much, Laura. The mountain gorilla conservation efforts started with the work of the late Diane Fossey, who was a researcher. At that time, really, the gorillas were facing serious threats, including poaching, habitat loss, and the disease transmission. But thanks to different, work from people, research, trackers, anti-poaching, the vets, the mountain gorilla population has been recently increasing, and amazing. In 2010, we registered a 26.3% increase from the previous census in 2003. And this increase very outstanding compared to, other species of primates. Comes from the intensive conservation efforts, especially the close mountain gorilla protection, specifically to these habituated gorillas, and the other measures such as the veterinary interventions. So, in addition to the tourism that has came to provide tangible benefits to communities, and now there's a kind of positive environment with the protection, but also the community that support our conservation efforts. We have, as I said, over 18 mountain gorillas, and those are dedicated to tourism, and those are dedicated to research. And we make sure that everything, the work is complementary, and both gorilla categories, they benefit from daily protection and the health monitoring.
Great, thank you for sharing, and congratulations on your exceptional results with the conservation efforts. That really says a lot about the work that you and your team are doing in the park and the Rwanda Development Board in general. So why don't we now explore some of those habituated families? You can tell us a little bit more about what is interesting for the visitors to see, and really, I understand that the families are much like human families. They have a lot of personal characteristics. So please share a little about the gorilla families in Volcanoes National Park.
Okay, thank you very much, Laura. When you come to see gorillas in Volcanoes National Park, you expect to see, different families and different personalities, different characters. Each gorilla family is led by a dominant silverback, and generally is one dominant silverback, but in each family, in some families, there's only one silverback, the dominant silverback. In other families, depending of the size of each family, There are some groups that has more than